Okay, selamat pagi and welcome back to our celebration of Minggu Sains Negara. Today is the 5th day, right, and we are so pleased to have another session of our series in the science behind. So all students who have been following us, you can recall we have actually 4 series of the science behind. The first one was on the science behind vaccine and we had Dr. Maha. And the second one was IoT. So we had some experts from Google Street View and also from MMU to talk about the science behind IoT. And today it will be the science behind engineering, right? And I will introduce to you our lovely speaker and and how she is going to take us through to excite you about what engineering is about, or rather the science behind engineering. Okay. So, let me again assure you that this is a very important and significant event. Minggu Sains Negara is celebrated every year by the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, and its main objective is to get more students to be excited, to be impressed, to be inspired by the things that are happening in the world of science and innovation and technology and engineering. That is basically the objective. But most importantly, Minggu Sains is also about engaging children, engaging you to participate and to have fun, discover, right. So, that is what we are here to do today, right. So, without further ado, let me take you through the speaker, all right. And as I mentioned, the session today is called the science behind engineering the future, right. And the speaker is Engineer Ma Siu Kian, all right. Engineer Ma is an electronic engineer by discipline. She is a very active STEM educator, supporter and enthusiast. She has a team. Okay. She and a team have been supporting STEM events from big events like local community. She has done programs in Nilai, in shopping malls, right, and also community engagement programs within the university. Right. She is one of a strong supporter for Minggu Sains for the past 3 years. She has been doing that, right. So, in 2018 when we did the first Minggu Sains in Daman, Engineer Ma together with the team from IEM were here to support that event. So, we are very grateful to the support and encouragement and the enthusiasm that Engineer Ma and the team has given us, right. Now, she is the immediate past chairman of the Women Engineers section in IEM and currently a council member of the Institute of Engineers, that is IEM. She advocates very strongly for more women, for more girls, to go into engineering. Later she will explain why, right? Why that she wants to advocate, why she wants to encourage more girls to go into engineering. I think that is a very interesting campaign that she and a team in IEM has undertaken. All right. Finally, I would like to let you know that Engineer Ma is a lecturer at Nilai University, right, and she has also done the Minggu Sains Negara at Nilai University and many other functions, like for example, she is also leading the Rero Robotic and coding competition for national and state level, right. So, these are some of the excellent credentials that Engineer Ma has, and as I said, most importantly she is very enthusiastic in promoting STEM education. Now, so without further ado, let us dwell deeper into the subject matter of engineering the future. With that, I would like to pass the mic over to Engineer Ma, please.
Thank you, Mr. Ramesh. Okay. And good morning. Good morning to all the students. Today is the first day of school, especially for secondary school students. And also good morning to all the teachers, parents, and to all those of you who are watching the YouTube now. Okay. I'm very honored and grateful for Mr. Ramesh to invite me to come here to present the science behind engineering the future. Yes, Mr. Ramesh and we can consider old friends. We have been working together since 2018 when we first met. Slowly we built up our relationship, mainly because both of us have the passion for STEM. Okay, so I think without further ado, I can start with my presentation. Okay, so today my presentation will be the title is Engineering the Future and Imagining Tomorrow. Okay, yeah. If you look at the slides, I purposely make it very colorful. You know why? Because engineers are actually problem solvers. We solve the problem, we paint the future, okay? So students, boys and girls, if you are interested to take a part, play a part in what future looks like, you want to have a say on it, you want to paint your future, okay? So engineering actually is the best field for you to go into, okay? So how we are going to imagine tomorrow, imagining tomorrow, that will be the title, okay, the theme for my talk this year in conjunction of the Minggu Science Negara, and thanks again to Stand for All Makerspace, okay? So you see, actually engineers can do anything, okay? So boys and girls, how you are and how I'm imagining tomorrow, okay? Everyone has an imagination, they are quite different, right? So it's like our world is a white piece of cloth, everything is white, right? So we are there to actually give up our ideas, to look at what the problems and to solve it. Okay, as the society changes, everything is a new day, okay? From pre-pandemic to post-pandemic, I'm sure a lot of our behaviors will change, right? Students, you are, for the past few months, you have been doing e-learning, so I'm sure now most of you are great to be back to the school and try out all the STEM activities. Okay, so actually, who am I? Okay, so first, okay, of course, I'm a female, okay, so I actually serve the IEM Women Engineer section, okay. We are actually part of the smallest group, okay, in IEM Women Engineers. And my discipline is electronics, and I'm also an educator in Nilai University. Okay, the most important thing, I'm a STEM advocate, okay, no matter where I am, I always advocate for STEM education. And also, yeah, especially also I advocate for STEM for girls to promote and encourage more girls to go into STEM. If you look at my hashtag here, I look like an engineer. Okay, boys and girls, you know, this hashtag actually has a story behind it. Okay, I think in 2015 there was a software company, right, who released a picture of a software engineer. Okay, so that software engineer actually were a lady, an attractive lady, promoting a software under the company, okay, in the US. And then there are quite a few of public dissent or public, in the social media, there are a lot of noises saying that the company is putting up a model to be there. She's not really an engineer, you know, because the main reason is because I think there's a feeling like 2015 that her experience was undermined because she's an attractive lady. Okay, so the company actually responded, and she actually responded in the social media with the hashtag "I look like an engineer." So she encouraged all the females out there, engineers, to actually post a photo of themselves and hashtag that I look like an engineer. Okay, so here I bring you this story is to let you know that engineer doesn't have a specific look. As long as you are capable, you have a good education, you will be an engineer, okay? So there's no specific look for it, okay? So how do engineers look like, right? Engineers can wear a hard hat that most boys or girls, all of you will be relate to, right? Okay, because civil engineering is the oldest profession, right? We build houses, we build bridges. But engineers also, for example, okay, work in clean rooms. So you can see the right-hand side is a super clean room, yeah, with very less particles. So she needs to wear a bunny suit, okay. Then we also have an aircraft engineer, the third picture. Okay, aircraft engineer is also an engineer. And also we can have a project management engineer as the lady in purple. Okay, so there's no specific looks. So engineers can be anything. Okay. So I would like to introduce our engineering family. So for students, engineers, in engineering, emphasize on teamwork. Okay, it's not a solo, one-person career. So our most important engineering family, there are a lot others who play a role. Okay, we support each other, of course, the finance, the corporate comm, and so on. But the main trunk of engineering family is we have engineers, we have engineering technologists, we have engineering technician. Okay? So boys and girls, I also would like to take this opportunity to actually inform that actually IEM last Saturday just launched a new membership grade for engineering technologists and engineering technician. Okay? That means that those graduates from an engineering technologies program or diploma program accredited by Engineering Council will have to register, okay, with Board of Engineers Malaysia. Okay? So we officially welcome that engineering has been growing and our IEM. IEM is the Institution of Engineers Malaysia is a professional society. So we support our members in it. Okay, for Board of Engineers Malaysia is regulatory. Okay, so students don't get confused. There will be quiz session at the end of it. I heard there will be interesting prizes, okay, courtesy of Stanford Makerspace. So remember, yeah, Board of Engineers is regulatory. Like you need to drive, you need a license. Okay, there's only one board. Okay, that is regulatory, regulates all the license for engineering profession. None other than Board of Engineers Malaysia. And we IEM is a professional learned society. Okay, so we have three, engineer, engineering technologies, engineering technician. Okay, then, okay, now let me introduce a few important engineering. Okay, as you all know, engineering profession have been evolved. Okay, and it will continue to evolve. Okay, society is evolving, our needs change. Okay, so there are different problems to solve. Okay, so if you look at the civil engineering, okay, so boys and girls, I'm sure you have been shopping in the Twin Towers there, right? So where is the Twin Towers? I'm sure all of you know, okay, it's our iconic Kuala Lumpur Twin Petronas Tower, KLCC, okay? So civil engineering, we have a lot of sub-disciplines, right? It covers, okay, you can actually go into building, construction, environment, mining, structural, geotechnical, and transportation. Okay, so civil engineers that build buildings, for example, involved in construction. There can be geotechnical experts. There can be on the mining. So these are the sub-disciplines. Okay, so I just introduced the four main disciplines and the sub-disciplines under it. Okay, so that will be a civil engineering. Okay, and the next one is, okay, the famous mechanical engineering. Okay, you see there are actually many things under mechanical engineering. We have aerospace engineers, okay, can be aeronautical, right, can be aircraft maintenance, okay. So there are many disciplines under it, but of course the main thing they deal with mechanical, so they are under the sub-discipline of mechanical. Okay, so boys and girls, don't get confused. Sometimes you see, there are students who ask me, there are so many engineerings, right? The main branch here is mechanical. Then we have agricultural, we have automotive where you make cars. So your mechanical core skills will be there. There will be specialization also, okay? Then there are building services, manufacturing, marine, material, megatronic, which is a combination, is getting more and more excited recently, okay, with the coming of Internet of Things and so on. Then there is metallurgical, mining, naval, and nuclear. So all these are the sub-branches of mechanical engineer. So they deal with gears, bearings, okay, and movement, okay, and so on. Then we have our electrical engineering, okay. So I think all of us love computers, electronics, and communications, okay? So computers have been evolved from having a big desktop, okay? You have mobile phones. Nowadays, I'm sure all of you spend more time with our mobile phones. Boys and girls, some of you might be viewing your teaching, e-learning, okay, from your teachers using a mobile phone too, I'm sure, okay? It's a bit small, although. Then we have electronics, then we have communications, okay? So these communications means that it covers the electronics and the Internet of Things, okay? So all of these things work together, okay? And of course, computer and electronics are becoming more and more important in the future. Nowadays, I think when you buy a car also, you want the panel full of electronics, right? Although car is under mechanical engineering, automotive, but I'm sure you are not going to buy a car without a GPS, reverse sensor, camera, and so on. So we do actually work together. Then, okay, the last one I would like to introduce is chemical engineering. Of course, chemical engineering covers environment and also nuclear, petroleum process, okay? So if you look at environmental nuclear, right, sometimes it can be mechanical because you need to build the reactors. Sometimes it can be chemical when you are dealing with the nuclear part, chemical part of it, okay? So engineering, actually, all of us to work together is very important to be able to work in a multidiscipline environment, okay? Then, okay, so what do engineers do, okay? The most important thing, just now I said the engineering family, okay? We can't say that which one is more important and which one is not important, okay? Boys and girls, when you are in the family, everybody plays in a very important part in the family, right? I'm sure your parents, your father, mother, the children, your sister, they always argue with you, your brother, and so on, okay? Everybody has their roles to play. Then the family will be stronger and better, okay? So our engineering family, we start with the engineers. What do they do? Okay? Most of the time, they will do design and analysis. So they spend more time in the design process, okay, and analyze, okay? So they actually, to be an engineer, okay, after you take your SPM, you will enroll in a foundation or diploma in an engineering program, okay? So engineers, when you come out, you will spend more time in design, analysis. Of course, you do a little part of implementation and also development, okay? Depends on which field, whether you are electrical, mechanical, chemical, or whatever field you have. There are also engineerings that I didn't put up on the field. There are a lot of them, okay? But I just put up the most common one, okay, for you boys and girls. Okay. Feel free to ask me questions or drop us comments on the passport on the YouTube channel, if any. Then we have engineering technologies. Okay, so you see, last Saturday, okay, IEM has a launching. So we welcome all our future members from engineering technologies and also engineering technician program. Okay, so engineering technologies is actually a university graduate that graduated from an engineering technology program. Okay, so there will be engineering technologies. So you see, engineering technologies, they do more thing on apply, implement, and develop. So you see the difference, right? Engineers that design, analyze, of course they do a little bit on implement and develop. We have to support our engineering technologies, work together in a team, okay? So engineering technologies, they do more on apply, implement, and also develop, okay? So they apply all those processes, apply all those procedures, they implement the process, okay? And also, the most important part that we have is engineering technician, okay? Engineering is the core team at the ground doing the work, supporting it, okay? Any good projects, we will have hardworking and very supportive engineering technicians, okay? So engineering technicians, they are trained in specific skills. You have practical and hands-on, okay? And they assist the engineering technologies and assist the engineers in doing their work, okay? So that is our main three category, okay, in our engineering family. Okay. So now I would like to go to a little bit of myth and truth, right? So, okay, based on the feedback that we receive, questions from the students, okay, the myth are sometimes they think engineers to work alone, okay, and do maths calculations all day. Because boys and girls, right, whenever the teachers ask you, do you want to become an engineer? Then the teacher will say, you must be good in maths, you must be good in maths. I think all the students are, I have to be good in maths. Okay, so don't get discouraged, okay? It's a myth, okay? You do need good mathematical skills, but you don't sit alone on your desk and do maths calculations all day, yeah? Okay? And sometimes they say they are antisocial, okay, because social introverts, because engineers are so specific in their technical field that when they talk also you don't know what they are talking about. It's so technical, okay? So basically it's not true, But what's true is they are too busy. Okay, maybe they have so many. They love their technical part so much. Okay, but I think this slowly has to change. Right nowadays, engineers can perform things faster because of technology. Also, there's a myth that engineering is science. Okay, actually, you need science skills. Okay, you need to be you need to have STEM skills. Okay, to actually excel in engineering. Okay, but engineering is not basically the same thing as science. Science gives you the answers to certain things. Right? You say why the color of the leaf is green. Okay, then science tells you it's chlorophyll. Okay, so engineering actually tells you that, for example, how to use the applications. For example, you want to plant using how much water you want, your sensors and so on. Okay. And then there's also a perception that engineer is boring, okay? So engineer is dry and pragmatic, and also engineering is predominantly male for the girls out there. So I'm here to dispel all these myths, okay? That's what I'm going to do, okay? So the truth is engineering is a field that requires teamwork, okay? Engineers work in teams and are actually constantly on the go. Okay, we have to bring people from all different disciplines and even work with our marketing people, our logistic people, our corporate comm to ensure that the product that we need, okay, solve the society's problem and also is marketable. Okay, it's also very, very important, right? You don't do something, you run something that people don't want to use it. Okay, so it's very important. The aim is actually to solve a social problem. So there's also a social science fact on it to see. Okay, sometimes we can have a good invention, but maybe sometimes people don't take it because that's not our culture to do it. Okay, also communication skills is important. Okay, and science and engineering complement each other. So it's important to have the skills, but they focus on application of the science, okay? So engineers have to be imaginative and artistic, right? For example, your handphone, okay? Previously, they started with 1 camera. Nowadays, you have 4 camera, 5 camera, quad camera, front camera, right? That also looks at the perception of the people who would like to selfie, Wi-Fi, and so on, okay? So we always we always imagine, okay, what the people want. You know, sometimes it's not true that I ask you, what do you want? Okay, boys and girls? Usually sometimes we can't tell people what we want, right? So engineers usually, they look to the future, they put out something, and I say, you want this 4 camera or 8 camera, octa camera new phone. And surprisingly, everybody will buy it, okay? So that's imaginative and artistic, okay? And also, while engineering has been predominantly male, okay, but it's slowly changing. Certainly, it has been changing. There are more and more women in engineering now. Okay, so boys and girls. Okay, so this is an example of what future engineers do. Okay, so I'm here to actually let you all know and encourage you all that whatever the future you want, okay, you can be an engineer and play a part in building it, creating it, and shaping it. Okay, whatever way you want, right? Sometimes you find that, for example, my example about the camera just now, you build something and you tell the people you want it. That is also another way, but provided the people, you do enough background studies, okay? Then, of course, engineering don't exist alone, okay? So I don't want to make this talk very complicated, so I just introduce a little bit about IR 4.0, which is Industrial Revolution 4.0. Okay, so boys and girls, I'm not going to go into the history of the IR 4.0, but what I'm going to tell you is that nowadays, boys and girls, you can't live without your smartphone, right? I think the first time you wake up in the morning, I don't know whether you have brushed your teeth or not, you already take up the phone and see, okay? So you see, so we are always connected. Okay, nowadays we are always connected. So IR 4.0, okay, the main focus is that we actually develop the strength behind this connectivity. Okay, it's not just people and people are connected. Nowadays, in the phone, you are actually, especially after post-pandemic, In your home, I'm sure your phone is connected everywhere. It might be connected to a Chromecast, to your TV in your living room, and then another TV in your bedroom, and then it might be connected to your Bluetooth speaker. So you see, the devices are connected within each other. If you have a smart fridge, you have a smart house, you can also turn on the light by just talking. Okay? So we bang on this cyber physical connectivity, okay, to build the future. Okay? So you see the main thing of it, okay? So that comes the artificial intelligence, big data, Internet of Things. Okay, so boys and girls, I'm sure you have listened to the Internet of Things yesterday, right, conducted by Stanford Dartmouth Mall. You can view back if you have missed it to get more information about Internet of Things. Okay, so it's about the connectivity of it, okay, and how we actually make this. Okay, once computer has this information, they can process it, they can make the decision, okay, out of it. Okay. So there comes also the digital revolution, okay, whether we like it or not. Your future, for those of you, okay, students that are in the school now, is definitely a digital world, okay, especially after the pandemic, okay. All of us, your parents also is on the Zoom, spending more and more time on the digital screen, okay. So digital revolution is where all this, it's not just to digitize the process, okay, it's all this includes the processing of the information, connectivity, IR 4.0, okay? So online shopping, so all these are digital revolution, okay? So it's going to change our lives, but this will be our future, okay? So boys and girls, so have some interest on STEM, okay? There are a lot of competitions, join competitions, love coding, love the internet. I'm sure you love the internet, but not just the YouTube channel, yeah. YouTube channel, you watch our Stanford Makerspace channel. Don't watch the too much movies, then your parents will scold me, okay? Thank you, Mr. Ramesh, and don't watch too much of games, yeah. You know, we have an overflow of information nowadays. Me too, right? Especially after the pandemic. So it's important, okay, for boys and girls to say which one is important. Okay. So this is actually the Industry 4.0, right? Just a brief introduction. We have autonomous robots. We have system integration, IoT, all this. Actually, it's all because of the connectivity. Okay? So probably for those adik-adik in the primary school, I hope that it's not too much information. Just remember that because of your phone can do anything, okay? Even if your parents have a machine in the company, if he's an engineer, he might be able to check the status of the machine from using the phone. So that's why you see your parents always looking at the phone, right? But they are not playing games, I'm sure. Okay. So, and what is STEM? Okay, so boys and girls, pay attention. We have quiz and interesting prizes, okay? So I talk about STEM. I'm sure some of you don't know. STEM skills are very important to be an engineer. So STEM stands for science, T for technology, E for engineering, and M for mathematics. Okay, so all these skills actually you get from the curriculum in your school. So be interested and support your teachers in participating, support your teachers, okay? Get some prizes for your teachers. Your teachers are happy, you will be happy, your parents will be happy too. Okay, so how to be an engineer? Actually, it's very, very simple, okay? From school, primary school, go to secondary school. Don't lose the naivety and the childishness in you, right? Remember when you are small, very small, you ask your parents why the sky is blue, why this is green, why this, and then your parents say, don't disturb me lah, why you ask so many questions? Okay, so because your parents are very busy. Sometimes because you always get the answer, right? So you stop asking questions, okay? So boys and girls, next time when you ask your parents answer, why you ask so many questions? You tell your parents, I want to be an engineer. You can answer me when you are free. Probably you ask at the wrong time, okay? So you must, you see anything, you try to do it, okay? If you practice whatever things in your house, even cooking, your parents' cooking is also an art, right? Why the prawn, okay? Well, after you cook it with the right, will turn red, right? So these are the STEM skills that you need. And also ask questions, and then you can discover new things, okay? So the engineer checklist is very important. Not just we need to have good technical skills, that's where your STEM skills come in. We also need to have soft skills, okay? If you look at the truth there, all the teamwork, all the communication, all these are the soft skills, okay? Leadership is very important, okay? To be proactive, these are all the soft skills that you have, okay? So how can you become an engineer, boys and girls? Just let you know that first, of course, after you graduate, everything you need to enroll in an engineering school, okay, in an engineering program, okay. Then you go to the school, make sure that, okay, you learn and also you play at the same time, okay, because engineers, we do a lot of interesting projects, things, so play, learn, and then you grow. Okay. So, boys and girls, take the opportunity to build your skills, okay? So this week is the Minggu Science Negara, okay, 2021 is an annual event, it's a national initiative to promote STEM. You see, participate in STEM activities. For example, STEM for All Makerspace has lined up so many interesting programs and also activities for you all with quiz and interesting prizes. Okay, please make sure that join the quiz. If you win, your parents will be happy, your teachers will be happy. If you don't win, no problem, try again next time. It's always an experience, okay? Competition is just an experience, okay, for us. And the most important thing is fun, okay? Okay, so I would like to share with you what me from IEM Women Engineers have done, okay? We have done quite a lot of outreach programs to promote STEM to boys and girls, okay? So these are the activities we have done, some of them, okay, the big ones. We also support small communities, okay? As long as we are able to support at the time, we do support them. So feel free to get in touch with us. As we are women engineers, we also have one of our main initiatives that is promoting girls in STEM, okay? So to reach out to us if you have any events that need our support, okay, hopefully we'll be able to support. Okay, so let's go through this short video. So this is actually the World Engineering Days that's also conducted in Diamond Mall in collaboration with the STEM for All Makerspace last year. So you see last year, it was lucky that we still can actually do a physical event, okay? So no problem, this year will be virtual. Hopefully next year we will be physical. And then also we actually do a short video for Minggu Science Negara last year, okay? And then we supported Pesta Science Negeri Sembilan, okay? We do it in shopping malls and we have promotion in STEM for girls, Sekolah Menengah Perempuan Pudu, okay? We have our Railroad Robotics and Coding Competition annual and state event in Nilai University. We also support the Kuala Lumpur Engineering Science Fair for many years already. I think since 2018, we started, became active. Then we are also partners with Tech Dome for their signature event, Women in Science. This is the third year we are supporting them, and the event will be tomorrow. Okay, you can view it live from the Tech Dome website. IEM will be conducting our signature IEM workshop, Come Fly With Me tomorrow, okay? So, okay, we look at it. So just to tell you that, okay, STEM for All Makerspace will actually release a quiz later. You have 24 hours to actually answer it, and interesting prizes. The most important thing is participation, okay? Before you know, sometimes I know you boys and girls, when your teacher is teaching, you have so many tabs in your computer, you are flipping here and there, looking, okay? So just go to the STEM for All Makerspace, join the quiz, okay, for today, before you flip to all other videos, and then when your mother comes behind, and then you flip back to your teacher's face, right? Okay, so I guess that's all for you, so I would like to end it with okay, a colorful background of thank you. So remember, engineering is where you would like to, how you want to paint your future, how do you like the future to be? So be part of it. And the first thing you do is to participate. Raise up your hand and see, I want to join this, okay? Doesn't matter whether you win it or not. It's an experience, okay? And then you get to know people like us, okay? When you ask questions, for sure I'll reply you, okay? Okay, I guess that's the end of my presentation today. So I will pass back to the moderator, Mr. Ramesh, in case he has.
Thank you, Engineer Ma, for the very colorful presentation. Indeed, it was so much of information that is very, very useful for students, especially those who are aspiring to become engineers. So it's a wonderful presentation, and this is what we really wanted students to share. Okay, well, the quiz is just one part of it, right? So indeed, all those who are waiting for the quiz, you are ready. We will be sharing the link in a while. So if you see in your chat box in the YouTube channel, the link will be there in a short while, right? So all you need to do is just click on that link and it will take you to the site where you can answer the questions. Now, Engineer Ma had given you some tips. So when she said, what is STEM? That means there's a question on what is STEM. And there are many others, okay? So probably you can also visit the website for IEM, Institute of Engineers Malaysia. Just take a look at that Institute of Engineers of Malaysia's website. There's plenty of information which may also be relevant to the questions that we have asked you in the quiz. All right. So the quiz is mainly a way of making you become more aware of what is being done in the field of engineering. All right. And also, of course, to incentivize you. If you are hardworking, if you are you do extra research, or you on the subject matter, then you will get all the answers correct and win prizes. Okay, but winning the prizes is just one aspect. If you really ask me, it's actually gaining knowledge. That knowledge is much more valuable than the prize, right? Perhaps there's something that our Engineer Ma has mentioned that you say, oh, that's wonderful, and it's going to be changing. Like say, for example, when she mentioned maths, she said the truth and the myths and the truth. So maths is not really that very, very important. You need maths to qualify, right, to do engineering, but then that is not. So if you are not so strong in maths, doesn't matter. Just make sure you pass, that you cope, right? And then you feel that's a very good example. But what skills is more important is your STEM skills. What is STEM skills? Problem solving is a STEM skill, right, Engineer Ma?
Yeah, sure.
So problem solving, so you've got a lot of projects in school, please participate. That's what I try to tell students, and that's what I try to do more projects like, creating something new, solving problem, design, innovation, pertandingan. So that's very, very important. I think that will build a stronger base for you to go into the field of engineering, or for that matter, in any field of STEM. All right, so basically, I'm just trying to recap the wonderful information that Engineer Ma has shared, and that this will all be uploaded in our YouTube. In fact, it's already in our YouTube channel. That's called STEM for All Makers Space YouTube channel. What we really want is to build this as a good reference in future. Teachers or students or parents looking for material, you just Google search STEM for All, and you may have a video to talk about engineering, about space, about IoT, and about renewable energy, and so many other topics, right? So with that, I think I again would like to thank Engineer Ma and the Institute of Engineers Malaysia for being very strongly supporting all our initiatives in the past, and also Nila University for giving the support that Engineer Ma needs very much to move about. It's not easy, she's very, very busy. She has got her academic work to be done, and yet she can find time to come and participate and give us the information that we really need, right? So lastly, I would like to say that this is done in conjunction with Minggu Sains Negara. We would like to thank our host and our sponsor, Kementerian Sains, Teknologi dan Inovasi Malaysia, for giving us this opportunity to participate and to promote Minggu Sains Negara through our partners, and IEM is one of our very strong partners to make this happen, right? So with that, I'd like to thank you, and please join the quiz which you will see on the chat box on our on our YouTube channel. Right? So with that, I'm going to sign off and thank you again, Engineer Ma.